Now I want to briefly mention books, and good books to read, informative books, truthful books, and just basic books. This was the first book I told you, To Ride a Silver Broomstick. I actually don't remember reading it. I haven't read this all the way through. I would use them more as like a just cross-referencing things. Two books that the teacher that teaches the Wiccan class, Deborah, wants us to seriously study, and she basically, it's like a requirement, but not really if you can't afford it. The Inner Temple of Witchcraft by Chris Penzak. Amazing book. It's amazing. It really, really is. Magic, meditation, and psychic development. This delves into what you're supposed to know before all the tools, before the athame, before, you know, the bell, even before the wand, all that kind of stuff. It really emphasizes what you should know prior to even, I don't know, calling yourself Wiccan. It's the basics. It has meditations in it. It has like a informative thing about the Hermetic principles and correspondences, and it's just amazing. Where is it? Let's see. Oh. I even sometimes fall asleep to the meditations. One of them is total relaxation. I mean, who doesn't want to fall asleep to that? It goes into visiting your inner temple, visiting past lives, past life exploration, psychic travel, aura clearing, getting more in tune with yourself and more in tune with nature, the natural things. One of the other books that she requested we get is the Goodly Spell book, and I can't tell you a more informative look into Wicca and witchcraft than this book. I would almost want to buy this for someone who can't afford it, who's interested in the craft. This has everything in it. This is like one of the best. Like half of it isn't even spells. Half of it isn't. Half of it is the setup before the spells, talking about magic, talking about correspondences. It goes deep into like the, I don't know, here's a little glimpse. Let's see, get this straight. Like the planets and all their correspondences. I talk a lot about correspondences. Correspondences, for those of you who don't know, basically when something corresponds with something, something is like something, like attracts like. When you think of red, some people think of anger or passion, whatever's good for you. Blue is usually calming and soothing. Water, so you would have, like, for west, water, that's why the candles are mostly blue. That's why the element is mostly blue, because it kind of corresponds with that. And when you have things that correspond, it usually gives it more power, more focus into your intentions. But as a brief glimpse into correspondence, there's a lot more than that. Let's see. Buckland's Complete Book of Witchcraft. Yes. Yes. Oh, sorry. If you don't have this book, this is a very good book. I recommend getting this. There's lots of papers in here from class and stuff. But this book goes, again, pretty deep into witchcraft, pretty deep into the history of it, and it has a lot of ritual setups, and let's see. It goes into meditation, dreams, and minor Sabbats, the major Sabbats, herbalism, divination, marriage, birth, death. It goes into a lot of different, like, complete book of witchcraft. That's what I'd say. It's a different kind of completeness than the Goodly Spell book that I just showed you. Okay, I've got more. I know. Wicca for Beginners, Thea Sabin. Let's get a good look at that. This is a really good book. This has a lot of it's got like meditations for yourself and things to focus on. It also includes the Wiccan read, like the basics of it. It doesn't include the entire thing. Visualization, trance, meditation, path working. It also has how to set up your, like, 12 steps for a good spell. And that's really helpful right there. It has what you need to do to cast a circle. Why is it important? Preparing the space in front of you before you even start casting the circle. The rituals to go through. That's one of my other favorite books. This one I haven't really looked into. It's, let's see, A Witch's Collection of Wiccan Spells, Potions, and Recipes. The Wiccan Spell Book. I haven't really looked into that. It's got some more. Oh, actually, it's got some spells in there, but it also has some correspondences and I mean, basic candle spell like that. You know, that's like something that it's going to be almost right and everything. Most people, a lot of times you want to cross-reference things you find in one book with another book of a high repute. That one was by Jarena Dunwich, author of Witchcraft, whatever. I haven't seen that book, but let's see. Awakening the Healer Within. This is a book about energy healing, energy channeling. It's pretty good if you're into that kind of thing. It even goes in depth towards if you want to be a professional, I guess, New Age healer. That's pretty good. Wiccan Magic, The Inner Teachings of the Craft. Again, I haven't read this one completely. It seems to be mostly in shape. Not a lot of things out. It doesn't tell you. It talks about Hermetic influences a little bit, and it talks about. It's a pretty good book. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's not bad at all. Raven Grimassi, who is referenced in, I think, the Goodly Spellbook at least once, I think, or Buckland, something like that. But you know, this is a good book too if you're interested in that. Scott Cunningham, great guy, Wicca, a guide to the solitary practitioner. That's a good one. That's a good one, definitely. If you are interested in Wicca, this will help you. Oh, another thing about Buckland, the big blue book that I showed you, that also shows you how to like set up an altar, how to make altar clothing, and how to make your own athame and a bunch of cool stuff like that. A lot of the construction behind Wiccan tools. This one goes over Wiccan tools as well. Oh yeah, it even has a little, you know, altar setup information, just a little bit about that. Not a terrible lot, but this is a good book. It's helped a lot of my friends from the class. I know that a couple have said they've read this book. It includes his Book of Shadows, so if you want an example Book of Shadows, then that's definitely one to get. I think it also covers a little bit of runes in here. That's all for now. Hopefully I've given you a little bit of insight into what the craft really is, and obviously it's not crazy like a lot of people used to say it is. I like to think of witchcraft as taking all the old ways, the old religions and traditions and stuff, and kind of meshing them all together in a newer form that is more relevant to today. Kind of like you're not going to find an Eye of Newt readily, so you can use a substitution for that. I mean, a lot of it, you're not sacrificing anything anymore because we've kind of gotten past the fact that, you know, it's not desperate for us to sacrifice the cows so our herd can live through the winter. We don't have herds of cattle that we have to worry about for food, so we obviously substitute it with something else that kind of corresponds to that. So, but yeah, well, there we go. That's another part of me that you guys know now. I guess goodbye, and I'll see y'all later.